Canada struck back at the US with its own tariffs. Fans are paying tribute to Dolly Parton. And Bill Gates isn't feeling great about AI. That's some of what we'll get to on The 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Bim Adewunmi. It's Wednesday, August 26th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1. Canada announced retaliatory tariffs on hundreds of US products. A trade war between the two longtime allies has been simmering since President Donald Trump returned to the White House last year. Last week, the US imposed 50% tariffs on Canadian goods, including whiskey, dairy products, toys, clothing, and hockey sticks. After talks in Washington to avert those levies unexpectedly collapsed, Carney promised that Canada would retaliate dollar for dollar. Yesterday, Canadian officials announced their plans. Beginning September 8, Canada will double its tariffs on American steel and aluminum from 25% to 50%, and it will impose tariffs ranging from 15% to 50% on about 700 other products, including fish, plastics, and electronics. With 2 weeks until the tariffs take effect, the two sides have time to prevent a further escalation in economic hostilities. But it was unclear whether any further meetings had been set. In fact, Trump spent yesterday morning targeting Canada in a series of social media posts. In one of them, he said he is giving serious consideration to changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America. Fans are paying tribute to country music legend Dolly Parton, who died yesterday at the age of 80. That's number 2. Is there anyone in modern American history who has a fan base as deep and wide as Dolly Parton's? She was equally beloved by Christians, union organizers, drag queens, cowboys, literary advocates, Tennesseans, Appalachians, music snobs, academics, Jane Fonda, and Donald Trump. She found success in music and film. Here's a snippet of her soundtrack hit song, 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by.
She created thousands of jobs at her amusement park, Dollywood, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Her imagination library has gifted hundreds of millions of books to children. She gave $1 million to COVID research, made a Black Lives Matter video, and still remained beloved by people of all political persuasions. It's impossible to overstate Parton's impact. Even just writing Jolene is a bigger achievement than many of us can ever dream of. Her representative said she died yesterday in Nashville after what they described as a brief battle with cancer. As the tributes continue to come in today, we listed some of the ways Parton made our lives better and our world brighter. You can find it in today's 7 newsletter. Number 3. Trump-endorsed candidates won 2 high-profile primaries yesterday. President Trump was banking on yesterday's primaries in South Carolina and Oklahoma to turn around his streak of losing endorsements. He succeeded. In South Carolina, Senator Darlene Graham won a Senate primary runoff that had sharply divided Republicans. Graham, the sister of the late Senator Lindsey Graham, defeated Representative Ralph Norman. Her victory secured her spot in a November election for a full 6-year term. Here she is speaking to supporters last night.
Thank you. First, I want to thank the good Lord who got us through these past few weeks and gave me and my family the strength to keep going. I continue to miss Lindsay every day, and there is still a big hole in my heart. But I know he's looking down right now, very proud of everyone in this room.
Trump's endorsement also proved helpful in the governor's race in Oklahoma, where former state Senator Mike Mazzei narrowly won a competitive primary runoff against State Attorney General Gentner Drummond. CIA Director John Ratcliffe made a rare visit to Moscow. That's number 4. US officials did not announce this trip, but publicly available flight tracking data captured the movement of a US government transport plane from Joint Base Andrews on the outskirts of Washington to the Russian capital. The aircraft departed Moscow about 8.5 hours later, according to tracking data from Flight Radar 24. it was not immediately clear what the purpose of the visit was. Spokespeople for the CIA, the Pentagon, and the US Air Force declined to comment. The White House and the Kremlin have also been tight-lipped. But the trip comes during a fraught period in US-Russia relations. The two superpowers are on opposite sides of the Iran conflict. Meanwhile, Russia and Ukraine have stepped up long-range strikes on each other's territory with no end to that war in sight. Some analysts have warned that Russian President Vladimir Putin might escalate with military probes against Europe's Baltic countries. Number 5. The MAGA-Maha alliance could fracture over Trump's pick to lead the FDA. Bear with me, because this kind of starts with pesticide. Earlier this year, a Trump decision expanded the domestic production of glyphosate. That wasn't popular in the Make America Healthy Again movement, and some Maha activists think that boosting the active ingredient in the weed killer Roundup was unforgivable. Now, certain influential Maha voices are taking their frustrations out on Heidi Overton. She's a top Trump aide, and the president has selected her to lead the Food and Drug Administration. People in Maha say that they're worried Overton won't disrupt the status quo and challenge corporate interests. Alex Clark, a conservative wellness influencer, told her 160,000 followers on X to, quote, rise up on social media and call their senators to oppose Overton getting the job. It's not clear whether Maha resistance will have any impact, but this proxy war is a clear example of the tensions between Trump's support for environmental rollbacks and Maha's environmental advocacy. Number 6. Bill Gates was an AI optimist, but now he's scared of what could go wrong. The Microsoft co-founder and philanthropist had thought that artificial intelligence would make the world a better place. He figured that people would be freed up from work and innovation would help fight disease and solve climate change. But in an essay published this morning, Gates is sounding the alarm. He fears the impact of mass job losses, hacking, and the lack of regulation around the technology. He said he wishes that AI would advance more slowly, and Gates wrote that he plans to share policy solutions soon. In an interview, Gates acknowledged that people may disregard his opinions because of the reputational damage from his association with the deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. You can read more by clicking the link to our newsletter, and you can find that, as always, in our show notes. NASA's Nancy Grace Roman telescope is almost ready to launch. That's number 7. The powerful new telescope holds the promise of uncovering new planets and helping to answer big questions about the universe, including the mysterious force known as dark energy. The Roman telescope is the size of a tour bus and weighs about 18,000 pounds. Unlike its predecessors, the Hubble and the James Webb, the Roman is a survey instrument. That means it was designed to capture wide swaths of the universe. To get those images, it uses a camera with a combined resolution of about 36 4K televisions. The project is named for NASA's first chief of astronomy and one of the agency's first female executives, who joined NASA in 1959. Nancy Grace Roman died in 2018, and before her death, lobbied for the funding of the Hubble telescope. The Roman is set to launch on August 30th from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and the first images are expected to be shared at the beginning of 2027. All right, you're all caught up. But before you go, a reminder that if you're a subscriber to The Washington Post, you can get access to our shows ad-free in Apple Podcasts. All you have to do is find the Washington Post channel in Apple Podcasts and connect your Post subscription. If you're not a subscriber, this is a great time to start. You can sign up at our channel in Apple Podcasts or through the link in our show notes. I'm Bim Adewunmi. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.